The Northwest showing it's going to build up really good for Washington, Oregon, going 2 to 3 feet on his first storm, even getting a lot towards Idaho. Now for the Central Plains, this is added to a widespread foot of snow all the way until midnight for tomorrow. A lot of snow coming, even going through Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, but showing it will reach into Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, bring some snowfall. The second storm is what's making all that go even further. Now you can see this from the control member of the Ural, showing almost the same thing, guys. And then that second storm is coming in. This one's bringing blizzards and tornado threat as well, adding up. And then while we get that Arctic air from the 12th through the 15th, there's that southern storm still showing, coming around. So we still need to fine tune that one as well. With both of these storms, just for the next 6 days, guys, this is bringing a lot of snow to the Great Lakes, to the Central Plains. Look at this. Over a foot, still showing 2 feet hot spot somewheres around the Great Lakes. 2 feet building up. And as you go for the full 4 days, you can see how it adds up towards the northeast. And that second system, after you've got flooded, nothing of snow, high winds in the northeast, high waves, the second system is coming in, bringing a lot more rainfall as well for the next 6 days. Even more flooding. I will update you on that. That part will move. So you see over here for Washington, Oregon, you are in the marginal for today. And in the south, you still got that big moderate section for flash flooding. And you got the slight risk in the yellow as well, going all the way up through northern Alabama. Then you got the big marginal going all the way up towards Tennessee, even southern Missouri, guys, all the way into Georgia. This is for today. Now this is going to grow towards the east, and look how much it has grown. I told you that moderate section was going to grow. Now you got a moderate section over here for western North Carolina, upstate South Carolina, higher elevations. It's going to get a lot of flooding. You did have some snow in higher elevation that's going to melt as well. Bring that marginal and that slight risk all the way up the coast. Now look how much the moderate has grown. I told you this was going to grow, and look how much bigger it is now. For tomorrow, with the snow melt, with all that heavy flooding coming, plus you got winds, plus you got high waves, you got a big moderate section that has grown in the northeast and a huge slight risk. I think the moderate will still grow a little bit more, guys. Plus, look at this. As you go through Wednesday, going through the northeast, it is bringing a marginal and a slight risk for flash flooding.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire." I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers out there that are laboring, enduring the elements, making your body a living sacrifice, trying to seal the elect, making your carnal election assured, seeking out your own salvation, as well as you sisters that are learning, listening, applying, being obedient to your husbands. Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Zachariah coming back to you with another Highways and Hedges out here on the chief place of concourse, as the scriptures command us to do. All right. And Lord willing, this be edifying to you. It's going to be another various topics, current events, highways and hedges, okay? Just going into various topics and things, current events that are happening throughout the world, you know, have been happening this past week. A lot of times I'll post things, and then sometimes as Saturday come, which this is the day I come out here on the Highways and Hedges, and you know, everything that I've grabbed all throughout the week, I come out and I bring forth, you know, and may just edify the people, okay? All right, so I started off with Isaiah 29:6 because I put a video clip in the beginning how they were talking about these storms coming from the West Coast and going to be coming, you know, all across the whole country, nationwide, you know, and most of your states are going to be affected by this, okay? Very chilling temperatures. You know, like today it's going to get really cold tonight. So, you know, Lord willing, you know, after sundown, I'm going to head to the grocery and go grab some things. You know, there's a few things I'm out of, and I just want to go ahead and get them and make sure that I'm good and stocked on what I need. Be mindful of the times. You're supposed to measure the times and look at what you're, dealing with. They were saying something about we had a windstorm come through here yesterday, and it was supposed to be like 60 mile per hour winds. Okay, so we'll be able to knock things over. Some places that had roofs and stuff knocked off, off of buildings and stuff, but there was no harm done to my residents. Power's still on and stuff. Like I said, Yahweh Shah will protect his elect. Okay, you had the story of Jonah when they was out there on the ship, and them guys were calling on their gods, and of course their gods are false gods, and they wasn't getting no answers. So they ran down there. There was Jonah asleep, and they woke him up and was like, "Hey man, call on your God. How can you sleep in this time? But that just shows you that we trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. He protects us. While they're up with the eyes all like this, ain't slept. Running off if 30 minutes of sleep, and they looking all bags under their eyes and stuff. But that's how the men of the Lord are. Okay. We know that we have a power that protects us. The scripture says that he gives angels charge over thee, man, to keep you in your ways and protect you, man. Okay? So, but still be mindful of these storms and things that are coming, because it's going to be very chilling, especially going into next week. It's going to be very, very cold, okay? And it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, especially if they're not used to these type of temperatures in the states they live in. Ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai is visiting this place. That's why I brought out Isaiah 29:6, which I can read again. That shall be visited of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise and with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire, okay? So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start getting into some of these articles. I got precepts and some video clips and everything. And again, Lord willing, this be edifying to you. All right. So let's see what we got here. We're going to go ahead and get into the first one. And it says, a massive winter storm puts nearly 70 million people at risk for severe weather. Okay. And it's talking about another winter storm has begun to move eastward. All right. So, it's cold, man. It's going to be cold. Like I said, it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Yahweh Shem Shai definitely is not playing. And like I said, he's visiting this place. And there's another precept that comes to mind. I always bring this one out when I'm bringing out Psalms 29, verse 6. Okay? Isaiah 29, verse 6. But this is not Isaiah, but the book of Psalms. Salakia for that. The 83rd chapter and the 15th verse. And bear with me too, because I got my gloves on, so it might move a little slow with my phone, but I'm trying to keep my hands warm, because it's like I said, the wind is blowing. It's very chilling, man. And I did a highways. I don't know if it was the last one, but it might be 2 weeks ago. Man, my hands were so cold, man. They were red. And I mean, like, man, I could barely move them by the time I got home. That's why I said, it's good to get your garments and stuff come out. Each state is different, but we're definitely gonna get hit here with some chilling temperatures. All right. But this is Psalms 83 and verse 15. It says, "So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm." Okay. And that's ultimately what this is. It's judgment, and it's to make you afraid. You got to fear Yahweh Shem Shai, man. That's the beginning of wisdom. I said that earlier in a lesson. Okay. So that's all ultimately what these storms doing, man. Because it's waking up the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, getting you out of your comfort zone. You have made this place your refuge, the end all be all. Okay. But us that are in this truth and this understanding, we understand that, hey, you cannot prosper. You cannot make it in this man's kingdom. This kingdom is nothing but death. As we get into some of these articles, you're going to see why, man. This place is nothing but death, man. And it's failing. It's crumbling. Okay? So you trusting in Pharaoh is going to be your shame and your confusion. All right? All right. So I got another article as well. Give me a second. Okay, and it says how cold winter weather can be tough for your heart. All right, so this cold weather can really be tough on your heart. Like, I got a coworker, and she doesn't have heat in her place. So she got the space heaters throughout, but she said it's cold. She said it's colder in her house than it is outside, even with the freezing temperatures, you know? So I'm gonna tap into this real quick because it says with these type of temperatures, you're at risk for a heart attack, man. Okay, so it says when you're cold, your body tries to stay warm, all right? That's why you shiver. Contracting your muscles can create heat, but some of your body's responses to cold can make you more likely to have problems with your heart. You see that? And I've seen a lot of people die on my job of heart attacks, you know? We had one guy that was in our department. He liked it cold. He was an older redneck type individual, Edomite. He was a redneck, but he loved that cold, and he would come in there, and we had heaters, but he didn't like it. He didn't like it hot in there, so he would, and plus he was an alcoholic, so you know he come in all hot. He used to turn on fans, the big fans on the walls that suck up all the heat out of the area. It had it so sick that me and all the other co-workers in my department, we all ended up getting pneumonia, so we all were out of work. He was the only one in the department still working, while everybody had pneumonia. So they had to make him take it because they wouldn't. We went to them complaining, like, "Hey man, it's freezing cold in our department. We're shivering. We're wearing gloves like this, coats, big toboggans, the fuzzy looking hats, anything to stay warm. It's cold, and it shouldn't be that way. We have heat." And he sucks all of it out, and they allowed him to do it because he was screwing the plant manager, you know. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua ended up judging that man and put him to death. You know, he ended up dying of a heart attack. Hey. No pun intended, man. But it says, in winter activities like shoveling snow and outdoor exercise can stress your heart. Here's why winter weather can increase your risk of heart attacks and strokes, as well as it says as well as other cardiovascular diseases. Okay, which I had some precepts in Sirach 30. Starting with Sirach, the 30th chapter and the 15th verse, says, health and good estate of body are above a gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. So taking care of your body, okay? We bring out the stuff about the exercise. You know, it profiteth little, but you can do sit-ups, push-ups, you can do things like that. You know, it ain't saying that you can't do it, but it profiteth little, because some go above and beyond. They want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff like that, and it's not all about that. We're going to get those new bodies. That don't mean that you do whatever you want to do to this body, still take care of it, you know, because you are the temple of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, your body, okay? But it also can go into what you put in as far as food, you know, watching what you eat, okay? Now that we come into this truth, things are being exposed, certain foods we shouldn't be eating, you know? We talk about not eating pork, but you know pork is in a lot of stuff. You know, some of your granola bars got pork in it, you know, the ingredient, okay? So that's why it's good to know the words, and brothers have brought stuff out, and Jake will ignorantly look past that. Some of your breads, you know, Jiffy cornbread has pork in it. You know, it's a lot of different things. It's not just the actual like ham and stuff like that, but it's many other things as well. So you got to read food labels. You got to be diligent in that thing. Okay, verse 16 it says, "There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart." Okay, you see that? So it's heavy. And I got another precept here, but I'm going to use that for later. Well, actually, I could just bring it out. This is Matthew 24:20. It says, "But pray ye that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day." Okay? Because, you know, man, it's these chilling temperatures, man. You know, a lot of brothers on the East Coast said that they were enduring a lot of stuff as well. You know, a lot of cold temperatures, getting snowstorms and stuff like that. All right? I got another article, and I posted this one last night. You know, because my mom actually lives out there in Des Moines, Iowa. Her and two of my brothers are out there as well. You know, I got a lot of brothers. I got a lot of brothers, and I got several sisters. All right, so you know, I got a big family. But not all of us live out there. You know, like I said, I'm in the Louisville, Southern Indiana area. Okay, but she's out there in Iowa, which is like, she's in Des Moines, which is like an 11-hour drive, 10 to 11-hour drive if you're, you know, driving out that way, okay? And they got a lot of snow, because she was showing me a video the other day. One of my brothers, he was out there shoveling the snow, you know? They got hit with a lot of snow out there, and, you know, them cold temperatures, okay? But this article, this is from End Times Headlines. It says, "So it begins. Forecasters warn of life-threatening blizzard conditions in Iowa ahead of Caucasus." Okay, so they're getting hit with life-threatening. Okay, this cold weather, man. That's why you gotta make sure you got the right garment, clothing on and everything. Because when you come out, I mean, the top of my head is even cold, But we have to keep it uncovered so that we can do the work. It says you can't be prophesying without your, with your head covered. All right. So, but that's part of enduring. Like I said, in this thing, I widened my bandana out a little bit so that I can keep my head, slightly warm. I don't have much hair on top, so I gotta do something. Try to keep warm in my ears and stuff. But yeah, life-threatening blizzard conditions in Iowa, okay? So, I mean, I'll definitely be keeping my family up there in prayers and hope everything's okay, even though they're not in this truth and everything. But, hey, they might hearken. My brother, he's been hearkening a little bit. He did 11 years in prison, and he had told me how he heard about the Israelites in there. And I think he have came across some of them. You got some brothers out there that are on the highways and hedges out there in Des Moines. And he just came across them. My mom says, because she's into that couponing stuff, and she said she actually has some Israelites come to her, and so she sees what I'm a part of. She used to take it as a joke, but she still kind of, not a joke, but she believes that we don't have the truth. So she thinks that being in the Christian church, that's it. But we know Yahweh Shemel Shah just ain't really lift that veil for her. It's not, this truth is not for everybody. But like I said, I'm still gonna keep pushing the truth, because everything is about timing. Some people, their time to awake might not be at that very moment. It could be later down the road. All right. So you got that, and you also got they said 125,000 people are without power in Michigan.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
Okay, this is the book of Job, chapter 18 and verse 5, and it says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. Okay? I actually like bringing this one out. This is what we bring out when they talk about these power outages and things like that. The light of this man. Ultimately, whenever, if they get with that EMP attack, it'll knock everything out. People are going to lose their mind when they don't have that power. See how people act without their cell phones, their video games and stuff, which I did a lesson earlier, how a kid destroyed the whole home because the mom took away the cell phone, okay? Took away his goodies, his privileges, his cell phone, and he destroyed the whole home, acting like a monster, all right? Pure wickedness. And then I also talked about another Jake, which was, he was 17, which, that's still, you're a juvenile. And he beat a teacher's aide unconscious because she was telling him to put away his, he had his game system with him, in the school. And now he's on the verge of facing 30 years. He's autistic, but he's a 6'6" Jake. They looking at him as a man. They're going to try him as a man. You don't care if he's autistic, Because they looking at what he did, and that woman was a Edomite, Okay, verse 6 says, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. So how are these people going to act, man, when the power go out like that? 125,000 people in Michigan, okay? All right, and I believe it's southeast Michigan. I think that's what it said in the video clip, But, out there in Michigan, all right? So you see, Yahweh Shemel Shah beginning to visit this place, man, okay? And it could be by way of these snowstorms, these windstorms, tornadoes. They had covered where tornadoes were hitting Florida, okay? A couple had left New York to get away from the cold weather, the snow and all that, to go down to somewhere more tropical, which at one point I wanted to move to Florida. And they got hit with tornadoes down there. So you can't escape Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. You can't escape. All right, this is why it's best to hearken unto him, man, because he, like I said, he is a God of wrath, but he is a God of mercy too, and he will have mercy on those that believe on him, man, that are diligently coming out doing the work, man. Keeping his law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities. Putting in that effort to show that you're trying. Okay, if you're trying and he knows your heart, the intents of your heart, he's gonna bless you. He's gonna keep you, man. Okay, and you got to believe that. All right. So moving on, we're going to go ahead and jump into another topic and some articles. All right, give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into the MOTB. All right, y'all know what I'm talking about when I mention that MOTB. All right, give me 1 second. Like I said, I got these gloves on. Okay, and this article says scientists develop brain chip for monkeys to stop them from taking risk. Okay, and I've covered this numerous times. But this is a recent one that just came out. And with Neuralink and Elon Musk and them, and he's putting those micro, the CHIP into their heads, man, in these animals. And he killed a lot of animals. And a lot of these. One thing about these Edomites, they love animals. A lot of them, for the most part, and they expose them. Like PETA and stuff. They go whistleblowers. And that's Egyptian against Egyptian, because they see him doing this, and then they're gonna expose, even though they're working for him. Okay. Because this man, they got that Operation Warp Speed. They trying to hurry up. They want to push this thing, but they getting sloppy and they getting exposed, man. Okay? But they doing stuff to these animals. They testing it on them, but they also trying to do it on humans as well, which I got that article. Give me a second as I get it pulled up. Okay? That's not it right there. All right, here we go. This is what I was looking for. And this was back on the 8th of November, but like I said, sometimes when you're doing this, when you're in this truth and stuff, man, you can pass up on an article. You may not see it. Our brother actually posted it on YouTube, and I seen it, and I was like, oh man, I went and looked at it, read it and stuff, and I was like, hey, I need to go ahead and bring this out. Okay? So the article says Neuralink is looking for human candidates to have a chip implanted in their brain. Okay? And I've done lessons on this, but I didn't see this article before. It says, according to the company, the ideal candidate, and see, this is why this was new to me, because it goes into the specifics of what they're looking for. It says a candidate for the trial will be a quadriplegic person under the age of 40. Okay? So that's interesting. All right? And I actually, let me get the article pulled up, because I got some more on it that I'm going to read. And it says this comes after the company tested its chips on animals. Remember, I told you, mostly monkeys, many of whom face complications like bloody diarrhea, partial paralysis, and brain swelling, and die due to chip malfunctioning. See that? And they want to put this thing in you. All right? All right? Trusting in the shadow of Egypt will be your shame and confusion. All right? The human trial volunteer will have to undergo a procedure that involves removing a piece of their skull and inserting thin wires and electrodes into their brain by a robotic surgeon. Okay? The wires will connect to a computer the size of a quarter, which will replace the missing piece of the skull. You see that? According to Bloomberg, the ideal candidate for the trial will be a quadriplegic person under the age of 40. The procedure main aim will be to help restore the candidate's mobility. And see, that's one of his, like, this guy's so-called miracles and stuff like that. And I think I got some more on this, but I just want to bring that out. It says it is unclear when exactly the trials will start and how many candidates Neuralink plan to enroll. And it's not just going to be that. They're going to go with more than just that. Okay? The scripture says, be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? So you got to be mindful of that. All right? This is also the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right? So that's heavy. All right? Now, I got some more precepts I want to bring out going into this MOTB. All right? Plus, he's oppressing the animals, Romans 8:22 tells you that the whole creation groaneth, He's going into these animals, man, about what this devil is doing. Like I said, and you got people out here speaking against it, whistleblowers and stuff. This guy thinks he's the Most High, man. And like I said, just bear with me, y'all, because all right, this is Psalm 64 and verse 6, and it says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, and that's by way of their research. You know, they call it research, all right? They search out iniquities, they accomplish it, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Hey, these devils are wicked, man. Searching out these iniquities is research, testing stuff out, man. You know, and like I said, you know, you got people that are speaking more and more about this MOTB. You know, it's not just the men of the Lord. You got, you know, your average heathen out here. You know, your average Edomite. You know, talking about it and stuff like that. Okay.
Well, it may be a bit late for that. I remember talking to an Australian diplomat at one point about this break between the US and China and said, you know, both sides are going to say, whose team are you on? And he said, our job is to make sure the question never arises. But the question has arisen. And so I think we have to go deeper. And it's not about the US versus China. It's about what underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The U.S. is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well.
All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? And who is that? The elect. We're not ignorant of his devices. I mean, now you got some of these heathen out here that are like, oh no, I ain't taking no microchip and nothing like that. Because I mentioned the market, I didn't say what it was, and I've had an average Edomite out here. He said, I ain't taking that, I ain't taking the chip, I'm not taking the mark. You know, I'm like, oh, whoa, they know about that MOTB, man. You know, but you know, ultimately they're gonna be forced to, you know, and a lot of these Edomites, they're very weak. They're not strong like us. They're not under Yahweh Shem Shah, so they'll be given into that temptation. Okay? This is why it tells us, you know, because if you stand on Yahweh Shem Shah's word, he'll keep you from the hour of temptation. And that's what that is, going into, you know, them ushering in that mark. All right? Now I'm going to go to the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 9. Give me a second as I get it pulled up. I said, man, my hands, even with these gloves on, my hands are freezing cold. I got these real good ones. I should have brought them. All right. Because, yeah, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. All right. But check this out. It says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9 says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So this is someone coming after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay. And then you might ask yourself, who is this? Who is this person? Okay. And we know that to be Esau Edom, so-called white man. Okay. This man is the devil, man, that the Bible speaks of. Okay. And just to go even further with it, we're going to, you know, to back it up some more, I'm going to go to the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter. But I'm going to start at the 13th verse. Okay? So just give me a second as I get it pulled up. All right? Revelations 13, verse 13 says, and he doeth great wonders. You see that? Just like it was just saying in 2 Thessalonians. All right? And he doeth great wonders so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he's done that with his bombs, his nuclear bombs and stuff like that. Like what he did on Japan and stuff. Okay? And this man's got Salakia for that. But he also got these drones and weapons, that these things up in the atmosphere that could shoot down lasers. I think, like they said, that was done over there in Hawaii. Okay, this man's got technology and stuff like that. He's puffing up, you know. You know, and all this is all coming of the workings of Satan. Okay? All right? Verse 14 says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So like if you take it, he gonna put you down, okay? But we already know that, you know, when the enemy come in like a flood, that Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to lift up a standard against him, okay? So he could try that if he want to, man. You know, he's going to, like that, you hear that saying, fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, okay? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, okay? All right? So, you know, when you see all this stuff coming to pass, man, hey, this is what the men of the Lord have been telling you. Ezekiel 33 and 33, hey, it's going to come, man. And when it comes, you know, you're going to know that a prophet have been among you. Roughly paraphrasing, okay? So, you know, we just bringing out this information to keep you in the loop of things, all right? All right, so moving on from the MOTB news, all right? And now we're going to go into the BRICS, all right? This is the first article, and this is from Watch Your Guru, which they always, like, pretty much, I think their whole thing is just solely just going into the, like, the fall of this dollar. You know, it's just got to keep, it's just like this truth, man. This truth is repetitive. You know, sometimes you might bring out some of the same things, same old precepts and stuff, but at the same time, hey, that's what it's about. We sound like a broken record, but you know, we have to just keep bringing it out and instill it in your head, man. Okay, that's just the way it is. All right, but it says BRICS Bank makes strides in funding and to ditch the U.S. dollar. Okay, they're trying to ditch this U.S. dollar, man. Okay, you know the book of James, the 5th chapter, it tells you that that their silver and gold, man, is cankered. Okay, which means corrupted. All right, your money is corrupted, man. This dollar, man, is no good. It's no value, man. Okay, and it's on its way out, especially when they get their thing implemented, their money. Okay, their money system. It's a wrap for this. Okay, and a lot of people here in Babylon are going to lose it because they've been living deliciously. Okay, as it says in the book of Revelations. All right. So this place is going to crumble, man, and it's heavy, all right? I got another article, same Watcher Guru, all right? And this guy, Vivek Ramaswamy, if I'm saying his name right, calls BRICS common currency a threat to the U.S., okay? So he's saying that their thing is a threat to this country and their democracy and everything. Which ultimately it is. Okay, hey, there's a lot of, man, because you know, hey, there's people that can come around from all corners. That's why I sometimes be watching my back like that. Hey, because there's a lot of bug outs out here. I ran into one today earlier on my way to come through the highways. There was some Edomite girl. She wasn't really fully dressed. She wasn't like showing any, you know, showing her body parts or nothing, but she didn't have a coat on or nothing. And she just walking around talking about, shivering, talking about, hey, you accepted Jesus Christ. And I didn't give her an answer on that. I just told her, look, I'm a minister. I said, I'm going to go out here and do the work, you know, going on the highways and hedges. You know, I just said that. And she's like, you got a King James? And she was going into all that. But, you know, I told her, like, look, I got to go, you know. But it says U.S. presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy is calling a potential BRICS common currency a major problem for the U.S. government. Responding to a reporter at a press gaggle, Ramaswamy explained how the BRICS alliance and its de-dollarization mission is a threat to the U.S. that needs to be discussed more. Okay, because see, that's another thing about Babylon. They try to look past it and they sweep it under the rug. You know, because they're so used to they got their nose in everything else right now. You know, there's a lot of these different wars going on, attacks and stuff, which we're going to get into that here in a little bit. Okay, but just, you know, on this topic, you know, they're not worried, they're not bringing it out as much. Okay, and that's why it's going to hit the people. You know, when you look on the news, they don't even talk about nothing for real. You know, they're not talking about all this stuff. You know, they'll say certain little things, but it's, you know, they're not bringing out the real deal truth, man. Okay. And it says, this is a major problem for the United States, he said to a reporter who asked about the BRICS developing their new reserve currency. This will permanently increase our borrowing costs if the dollar is no longer the established reserve currency of the world. He adds that the U.S. battling trillions in debt will not help its fight in a potential global battle with the BRICS common currency, saying the present is not a great time to increase your native borrowing costs. Okay, and I got this precept, which is Habakkuk chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Okay, shall they not rise up subtly? That shall bite thee, and that and awake that shall vex thee, and that shall be for booties unto them. All right, verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and this is what Esau has done. He has spoiled many nations. Okay. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. Okay. And one way them taking up a parable against him is with this new currency, man. BRICS nation, man. Okay, these nations are rising up. You know, the scriptures also tell you that Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Okay, it made the whole earth drunken, and now these nations are mad. They sobering up, and now they're looking and see that this devil has bamboozled them, man. Because this man works off of deceit. Okay. All right. And, and how he said that this thing is a threat. Speaking of that, I have another article here. Hold on one second. All right. This is the Washington Post, and it says, violent political threat haunting American democracy. And it says, I believe people when they say that they want to hurt or kill us. I don't think they're idle threats. A Wisconsin Supreme Court justice said. Okay. He says, I don't think they are idle threats. All right. They're not, they're trying to take it more and more serious, because of the times that we're in. Things are getting bad. I seen something earlier, which I posted it on Instagram. I could mention it here real quick. Matter of fact, Biden was at a black church, and there were people getting on him about, they were protesters they're at the service. All right. But this is another article here, and it says, Biden confronted by hecklers, okay, shouting, go home during Pennsylvania visit. You're a loser, okay? And it's, and I was laughing about it. It's funny, man, But the scriptures tell you in Isaiah 19, verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, okay? It also here, this is Mark chapter 3, verse 20, start at verse 24. It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Okay, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have to move. All right. And then I got 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. This is the 16th verse. All right. And it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. All right. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay. So people don't care no more, And now they're saying any and everything to these presidents and these so-called leaders. People are being more and more fed up with this place, man. Okay. So this place is divided, and like I just said here in the book of Mark, a kingdom divided cannot stand. All right, you got Trump talking about this country is being led into World War III and hell.
He's not only dumb and incompetent, I believe that he has gone mad, a stark raving lunatic with his horrible and country-threatening environmental open borders and DOJ, FBI weaponization policies. He is a mental catastrophe that is leading our country to hell. We'll end up in World War III because of this man, and for no reason whatsoever. Thank you.
Okay, so you heard that? Hey, it tells you that the second woe has passed, but the third woe cometh quickly. That's what the scripture says. That third woe is World War III. Okay, Here's an article here, and it says Trump warns of Bedlam in the country if he loses election while being prosecuted. Okay, because he's being prosecuted right now. Hey, they're coming up against him. All right. And it says, and I looked up the word Bedlam, and it says Bedlam is a scene of madness, chaos, and great confusion. Okay. All right. And so I also have some precepts, and it says this is 2 Ezra chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 3, and it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, because, you're going to see uproars. That's part of the chaos. Uproars. This dollar crashing and everything. Like I said, everything's lining up. Okay. Verse 4, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay, and I also got the word uproar, and it says a state of violence and noisy disturbance as of a multitude turmoil. Similar words, you got disorder, a state of confusion. Like, see how he said, that word, it means great confusion. A state of confusion, turmoil, a state of great disturbance, confusion again, and uncertainty. And then I got the word confusion, which is a situation of panic, a breakdown of order. Okay, so their order is breaking down. Okay, all right. So that's very, very heavy and telling. All right, because we're being led into war. He said we're being led into World War III, and he's absolutely right. Okay, matter of fact, the topic of war, we got some articles on that. Let's see, the first one. I got here, this is also end time headlines. It says a multi-front war is shaping up with America potentially engaged against Russia, China, and Middle East. Okay, and that's biblical prophecy. All these nations are going to join unto each other to take out Babylon. It even tells you in the book of Obadiah how some that have been at peace with thee, they have deceived thee, laid a wound under thee. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. This devil's so sloppy and stuff, and his focus is he pretends like his focus ain't on us, but it really is. Okay, but it's also on everybody else, everybody's business. The Bible tells you not to meddle with many matters. Okay, and that's what Esau does, and that's why this man is being judged, man. And these nations are going to take him out. All right.
The United States striking the Middle East this hour. A U.S. official telling CNN that right now the U.S. military is carrying out strikes with fighter jets and Tomahawk missiles on Yemen. Their target, Iranian-backed militia Houthis. And these strikes come after an emergency cabinet meeting in the United Kingdom, America's closest ally. To be clear, these strikes in the Middle East are very significant. The United States is now finally taking action, and it could change the Israel-Hamas war into something much bigger. The Houthis have been relentlessly attacking ships in the Red Sea since November. Reports today of another attack, the 27th by the group in the area under 2 months, according to the Pentagon. Now, the Houthis are already vowing to retaliate to any strikes. A senior member moments ago saying, and I quote, "We will confront America, make it kneel down and burn its battleships and all its bases and everyone who cooperates with it, no matter the cost."
All right, as you've seen the video clip, okay, you got U.S. and the U.K. strike Houthi targets in Yemen. Okay, so you got that going on. Like I said, there's various different attacks, war preparations, and everything happening. Okay, so you got that going on with the Houthi over there. All right, and then I also have an article going into the same, pretty much similar matter. It says Houthi vows to keep attacking ships in the Red Sea after U.S. UK strikes target their weapons in Yemen. Okay, that nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, man. You see that? That's what the Bible talks about. Matter of fact, they actually said they had the claim that they had sunk a U.S. ship, and they said they're gonna, and many more to come, but they sinked one, and then U.S. tried to pretend like, oh well, we don't know nothing about that or whatever, and that's how Babylon is. Esau's so full of pride, they got their ass kicked in the Vietnam War, but the thing about Esau, man, he's very prideful, and he will never talk about that. He won't ever mention it, and he'll just keep moving on, and he always want to talk about his so-called victories, okay? But when he's getting defeated and stuff, he don't want to mention, that's not going to be mentioned, okay? But we're in the age of information, cameras, videos, social media, internet. So this man, he'll tell you one thing, but you're seeing another, okay? You can't trust what this devil be saying, all right? So you got that happening, okay? And I got another article here. Give me 1 second as I get it pulled up. All right, you got Sweden. Sweden is warned to brace for war. Okay, civil defense minister tells citizens to get moving and prepare for the end of 210 years of peace as country bids to join NATO in face of Russian tensions. Okay, so the people, they living in peace there, you know, and now they gotta, you know, they talk about that peace and safety, hey, sudden destruction, you know, so now they're gonna be joining the war, because see, they part of NATO, man. They part of, you know, the EU, all right? So they gotta join the fight. All right, and I bet you a lot of them don't really want to. They want to be peaceful because this is their kingdom. They don't want that war, you know. But hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, let's see. I got another article here too. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see. All right, this is also end time headlines. Okay, and it says Turkey launches airstrikes in Iraq and Syria, destroying shelters and oil facilities. Okay, so like I said, there's various countries, different attacks going on, different wars and battles and stuff. You know, the scriptures speak of these things. Okay, said these things will happen. All right, and so I got a couple precepts I'm getting ready to bring out. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, I'm going to go to the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, and I'm going to start at the 9th verse. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Hey, man, war's coming, man. The scriptures tell you that Yahweh is a man of war. Okay, so you know you gotta expect these things to happen, these things to take place. Okay, so I got another precept. I'm gonna go to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Hey, and this is one that it comes out a lot. Okay, the 24th chapter, and starting with the 6th verse, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. This is for you, Jake, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know, that are hopeful elect, man. Be not troubled, okay? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, okay? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, okay? So all these are the beginning of sorrows, all right? Which, speaking of sorrows, I got another article here that I want to bring out. Hey, Yahweh Shemashai has no respect of persons too, man. Men, women, or children can get it. And I mentioned that earlier in my lesson, okay? And this right here is with Gaza. It says 10,000 children killed in nearly 100 days of war over there, okay? And I thought I brought out one where they said that they're dealing with starvation over there too. There will be famines. You know, I just read that in Matthew 24th chapter. There'll be famines, okay? And it says more than 10,000 children have been killed by Israeli airstrikes and ground operations in Gaza. Nearly 100 days of violence, according to the Ministry of Health in Gaza. Okay? It says with 1,000 more missing, presumed buried under rubble. Wow, man, that's crazy, man. That's heavy. All right? Which I got a precept on that. We're going to go to the book of, and this is pretty much talking about the same thing in Matthew, the 24th chapter is speaking about. All right? Give me a second as I get this pulled up, y'all. Woo, my hands are freezing, man. Woo, it's cold. Like I said, man, we come out, we endure the elements, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay? This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 18. It says the beginning of sorrows, just like I said in Matthew 24th chapter, all right? And great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. You see that? Great death. 10,000 children, okay? All right, and it says the beginning of wars. You've seen all those I just brought out. These are wars, man. All right, and the power shall stand in fear. This is why they got those bunkers, okay? They building those bunkers. Okay, those gutter rats, man, they had some out in New York. They building tunnels, underground tunnels and holes and stuff. You know, and that's what rats do. That's why we call them gutter rats, man. Okay, but they got bunkers. Okay, this is why they're bunkering in, because they know that war coming. Okay, ultimately they're going to be doing it to hide from Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, because he's soon to come. Okay, all right. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. You see that? What shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay, and if you are a so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you are of the 12 tribes of Israel, you should be hearkening to Yahweh Shemi Yahushua in these last days, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, man. That's what you should be doing. Okay, you should be hearkening. All right, but these are the beginning of sorrows, man. Hey, and it's going to be a lot of heavy things on these women, which I got a lesson Lord willing, I'll be getting into pretty soon on the women. Okay, you know, it's some good information that I got out, but this right here is heavy. All right, and I might add this to that lesson as well, but I definitely want to bring it out here for this current events and stuff. And it says Ukraine buys 50,000 women's military uniforms. Okay, so that's heavy. Why are they doing that? Because see, they made it seem like they were winning the war, but see, they're losing. Okay. And now they're starting to look at the women now. Hey, we're going to have to start using some of these women to fight. Okay? And that's not going to end well. Okay? It says last month a Ukrainian MP said the government should consider drafting women if necessary in the conflict with Russia. You see that now? Even Sweden got to prepare for war to go over there and help with the fight against Russia. Okay? So that just shows you that they're losing. All right? But they got uniforms for the women. Okay? So you women that have been living pretty good out here and stuff like that, hey man, it come to the end. And then when these things happen in these other countries, we always say, hey, these things are going to come to Babylon. They, you know, a lot of times I've seen ads for the army and stuff looking for women, or looking for soldiers. A lot of the ads got women on there, and guess who they got? They got the so-called black woman on there with the army outfit on, the camouflage. They trying to get some GI Janes, man. Hey, I'm telling you. Because see, Eve has been living good under the serpent, okay? But all that was deception. And they're going to use you to get out there and fight their wars too, man. All right? So I got a couple of precepts I want to bring out. Because, it's not really for the heathen, but it's really for our people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and our people are scattered throughout the four corners. So, we could have people in Ukraine, I was doing when I was doing my music, messing with the beats and the songs and the music and stuff. I was working with producers out in Russia. They were Jakes that are out there in Russia, living in Russia, man. That's what I said, man. We got Israelites everywhere. All right, but this is Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, and I'm going to start at the 9th verse. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come. Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Okay, you see that? All right. So, hey, man, we letting you know, man. Esau, trusting in Esau, man, it's gonna be your shame and your confusion. One second you're sipping wine and living deliciously. The next moment, you're in army gear, with a gun in your hand, telling you to go out there and fight. That's what Esau gonna do, man. All right. This is Micah 7:10. It says, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her, and now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets." Okay? Because, you had a lot of women that scoffed at the men of the Lord, making mockery, laughing and stuff, man. Hey, Yahweh Shemi Yahshua is going to judge you, man. Okay? You can go out there in those wars and be taken advantage of, It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, man. Okay? All right? I got one more precept on this matter, and then I'll get ready to close up here real soon. Again, Lord willing, this was edifying to you guys, okay? Like I said, just bringing out these articles, and precepts and stuff. All right? But this is 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and I'm going to start at the 33rd verse, and it says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. Because see, a lot of these men are dying, okay? Having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. You see that? Okay? All right? And the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Okay? So that's a lot of stuff that's coming. Great death and mourning. You know, it tells you that also in 2nd Ezra, the 18th verse. Okay? Great death is coming. Okay? So it's going to be a heavy thing. You know, you see all these different events and things happening around the world, but see the men and women and children that believe on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, keep enduring, keep believing, keep having that faith, keep putting in the work. You know, keep keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to keep you, man. And I said that earlier. He's going to keep you. Okay. You know, but all these things must come to pass. But we got to trust in him, okay? All right, so I'm going to end it with this last and final precept. And again, Lord willing, this was edifying to you, okay? Like I said, man, when I come out here and do it, man, I don't come out here and do this to, you know, worried about somebody getting on me or doing a video on me. I don't care what these other brothers say or do about me, because no man on this earth that's wearing these garments, that's in this truth, can give me salvation. Nobody but Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know, we're all down here waiting on the chariots, so that's telling. Okay, that's why we got to be meek and humble in this thing. Okay, you know, it's so much crazy stuff going on. You know, it was something I wanted to speak on, because you know you got Jake. You know, now, you know, with the artwork, you know, they want to talk about, you know, the AI and stuff, and they're talking about people copying each other or posting artwork and all that. I mean, man, come on now. Jake get petty with this thing, man. Like, you know, y'all might have got on our elders. You know, what happened with the with our forefathers, you know, that did art back then. You know, you see the art, how they got with the angels pushing the Edomites into judgment. That's art, man. You know, and now brothers are doing it now with the technology of today. You know, what Esau used for bad, we use it for good. Just like these phones. These phones are, you know, they could be wicked devices. You know what I'm saying? They're used to watch and monitor us. You know, but Jake, you try to do the AI artwork and stuff, and now Jake want to talk about that and talk about those that might do it. You know, and I'm like, man, I usually let that stuff fall on deaf ears. I don't pay attention to many posts on there. There's very few brothers I really follow. And even if I follow, that don't mean I'm watching your posts, because I know you might be one of them guys that just looking, you know, you on my page looking for something to come up against. You know, you looking to rebuke. You're not being a brother, you know. You on there with ill intentions. And I can feel it through my spirit. A lot of you I can call out by name, but I'm not going to say it. You know, I just let you do what you do. And hopefully eventually you just fall on out, or you just give on and move on, you know. But eventually, if it keeps going and escalating, I'll just block you and get you off my page. You know, I'll block all your pages, because, you know, a lot of these guys, they got like 6 Instagram pages, you know, being spies and stuff. And that's not a man of the Lord. We don't move like that, you know. I'm not sitting there searching out, looking, what's so-and-so doing, and always got something to say. I'm just coming out here making my call election sure, doing the work, trying to wake up our people, all right? You know, I'm not into all that other stuff. All that other stuff to me, man, is a waste of time and energy. You know, but the artwork thing, I think it's a beautiful thing that brothers are doing it. Brothers have hit me up, asking me about certain stuff. You know, you doing work. They might say, oh, you copying this one and all that. Who cares, man? Hey, man, just do it to the best of your ability. Okay? All right? And a lot of times, like, for example, like with me, I might see some artwork and I might do my own version, because that individual might not teach the same doctrine as us. And you gotta be careful with that, because you got Jake that trying to come up against you. I remember one time I was sharing some IUIC artwork, and a Jake got mad and inboxed me, oh, so what you doing? You joining the IUIC? I said, no. I said, but if a brother put some dope artwork up, I'm gonna share it. Bishop Nate, he shared something and I shared it. And you know, people start acting funny with you because of that. And they try to say, oh, like you part of that camp. So then I make my own, and then someone got something to say about that. So it's like no matter what you do in this thing, Jake always got something to say. And I love all my brothers. Anyone that's just searching out Yahweh Hashem Shai, making your call election assured, keep it up, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, all the truth is going to be declared, and our Lord willing, we all be of that precious number to be delivered, you know. But all these guys that are scoffing, that think that they got it, as far as when it comes to this truth, you see a lot of these guys falling out, and a lot of bad things are happening to these guys, you know. Because Yahweh Shem Shai, just because you calling on the names, don't mean Yahweh Shem Shai is dealing with you, man. You know, a lot of these guys are calling on the names, doing a million videos and stuff, and them guys are still getting fucked up by the Heavenly Father. You know, excuse my French, but it's the truth, you know. You got to be very careful how you move in this thing. And that's a warning to you, man. Like I said, I know guys, man. But enough of that, man. Like I said, it's a beautiful thing sharing that artwork and stuff. Just don't make it a competition. And the brother Zion, my good diligent brother, he did say, he said that this truth is not a competition, and it's not. It's not a competition. I feel like sometimes I might post something, and a brother might try to overdo it. You know, you might post a picture you might do some artwork of Yahweh Shai, he got black hair, so then they get mad and this is what he really looked like, you know, with some bloodshot red eyes, make him look like a demon or something. And I'm like, you know, even when you really think of fire is not red, fire is more like an orange color, you know what I'm saying? But that's not a here or there when we talk about the eye color of Yahweh Shai. You know, now we know that he had like the red, you know, you got that uncle or stuff that be drinking, they had the eyes like that and stuff like that. You know, sometimes you might wake up from sleep and your eyes kind of got the reddish around it, but they got them like bloodshot red, like glowing like a demon and stuff, you know. But they'll try to make it a competition, you know. When they described Yahweh Shai at that time, his hair was white, but you know, his hair when he came out as a baby, he didn't have white hair. You know, I'm sure his hair was jet black like most other Jakes and stuff. So there's pictures. There gonna be pictures of Yahweh Shai with black hair too, you know. But you just gotta be very careful because you got Jake, man, in this thing, man. They get on you about this any old thing, man. All right, but I just wanted to bring that out real quick, man. All right, I know I kind of jump off topic. All right, but this is Proverbs 22 and verse 3, and I'll end it on this. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." Okay, so this will be the time, man. You know, hey, seek shelter. When you're hiding yourself, you're hiding yourself under the hedge and protection of Yahweh Shem Shai, so that you can get out of this thing, okay? So, Lord willing, you found this Highways and Hedges lesson edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel, and shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Until the next one, shalom.